What is going on, guys? It's Mekabre. We're here with another podcast. This is number 6, if I am correct. Pretty sure. End of March, 2 each month. This should be number 6. We're going to be talking today, not necessarily directly about Destiny, kind of covering video games as a whole, some more than others. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. But we're going to be talking about esports and going pro. So with me today, I have two guests that have been here beforehand. Uh, the first one with not necessarily an expertise on this topic area, but brings some comedy in, as his name in Discord currently is the hotter, sexier dude. All one word. Don't ask why, but we have Jaron, or as you guys might know him, Jazz Keyfall.
Okay, see, now you're putting a lot of pressure on my shoulders, okay? And I really don't like that.
Yeah, he's
Because
actually got to be
now
funny.
I'm supposed to be the funny one. And, like, let's be real, I'm not that funny. So, like,
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And additionally, we are joined by a recent name change in the Discord as well. Now the hottest,
wait a minute.
sexiest dude. You
you
guys
talking about?
might know as Ashton,
Hold
or the streamer over on Twitch, and has a YouTube channel, Pyromancer.
Now I got to start uploading on my YouTube channel as well.
The pressure's on. The pressure is on.
And the pressure has been on, even though I've done the exact opposite of that and haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. But it's
okay,
fine.
how about now?
Undisputed sex. Yeah, I'd say
it's too
that's
late.
correct.
Everyone already knows you as hotter, sexier dude.
So this is gonna make no sense to your, like, audio listeners.
Yes. For those of you
They're not gonna be able to see any of this.
For those of you who are a little confused, in the Discord right now, they are changing.
Join
their
the
names.
Discord.
Yeah.
Join the Discord.
Yeah,
So you can figure out
There's a link
what's happening.
below, yeah, and you can come by and check it out. Maybe their names will be changed by then. Maybe they won't. Who knows? But let's hop into kind of like, we'll introduce this idea. So there's a lot of people out there that I feel like aren't super aware of esports as a whole.
That is true.
And I don't know, maybe, Jaron, this is a stretch, but when would you say you first like knew they were a thing? Because I know Ashton has us beat by a long shot, but when did you first kind of like figure out that esports existed?
I don't know. Because, I mean, I've known they're a thing for a while, but, like, I didn't, like, write down in my diary at the end of the day, today I found out esports were a thing. I wonder what this road might lead me down.
But, yeah, I'd say that's kind of how most people are acquainted with it as an idea. You start
found out
knowledgeable about the specifics. Like, yeah,
cool. Like I knew about it with like MOBAs long before anything else. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Like League of Legends,
Dota 2.
Yeah, dude, Dota 2.
You know.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, League is a
and how
pretty big
Americans
esport.
Were really bad at that.
They're just bad at all esports.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. 9 times out of 10 that North America kind of sucks at video games.
That's why we're Australian. Good day, mate.
You probably just offended somebody out there.
I wouldn't.
Hopefully, it's not someone that's watching this.
I mean,
listening to it
they
right
might
now.
have been offended by that awful accent, but other than that, I think he's okay.
You don't like my Australian accent? That's rude.
Not saying
it's his native accent as well.
Not saying it's bad. Just there's room for improvement.
All right. So what's your Australian accent?
Wait, no. That's not why we're here today. We're not discussing our Australian accents. All right. So the real reason I brought Ashton here today, mainly, is because for those of you who don't know, he is part of an esports organization on an esports team. Technically, two, possibly. I mean, you're subbing.
Kind of.
One,
I've kind of been loaned out to another one.
Yeah.
But yes, I play collegiate esports.
Pick.
Yeah, pretty much. I was the first one they asked, so I guess that counts. I don't know if they asked anybody else, but I can pretend I was the first one. But
You can
esports
pretend you
at
were like like top choice out of 1,000 applicants. Okay,
yes,
they
yeah,
chose
totally.
you.
Yep, esports at WMU. That's the org I play for.
It's
I play Valorant for them, and then I've been loaned out to the Siege team. So I'm actually gonna be playing playoffs with them for CEA, which is like a league type thing
That's kind of
that
cool.
for Siege. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. How it's kind of different than the actual like pros, the different types of leagues, and obviously we don't get paid for it or anything like that.
Unfortunate.
And you
Unfortunate.
really only compete against other collegiate teams. So
Okay.
there's a wide variety of skill since they're not drawn from the largest available talent pool, so they kind of do the best with what they got. So some teams you'll play against are like silvers and golds, and other teams you'll play against are like high diamonds.
Whew.
So there's a big variety. Sometimes you stomp teams, and other times you get stomped. And
so
having played against one of those diamond teams in Siege for a map, you get stomped.
Yeah, I can't imagine like I don't think I have anything comparable to that where it's like yeah like there's times where you just completely destroy the team you're going up against, and there's other times where that team completely destroys you. I feel like in all the sports I've played, it's one way or the other. Like in water polo, we got beaten every game. Like I mean, if we won a game, it was something special. But in swimming, if we lost a match, dude, it was like the end of the world because it just never happened. But like there was never a sport where it's like there's a little bit of both. It's just kind of weird.
see, in my experience as a pro Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4 player, uh,
That
I'm
is
not.
a pretty prestigious
I, there's
role to have.
there's really no competition that can even touch me, honestly. Like I'm just that dominant at Lego Harry Potter. So
So guys, in the background gameplay right now, you will see Just keep on. It is
my
pro
stats,
Lego Harry Potter gameplay, okay?
I have at least like a 0.5 KD. It's like insane.
Where's the person we need to just be like, hey Michael, throw it up on the screen, throw up the stats.
Yeah. Yeah, we need our own.
We need
We
a
need our
studio.
own.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be a little bit expensive. Would definitely need some more subscribers for that.
Just get everything.
Maybe invest in a face cam first.
Just get everything.
Get
That
them
would be a
recorded.
good idea. Yeah, yeah.
And get them pretty cheap, like $20.
That's true. But then
point
I
now.
actually have to look presentable.
Okay,
To some degree.
Connor,
To some degree.
you always look presentable. You have
I woke
that
up an hour
freaking
ago and
mustache going on. It's
I do have a mustache going on currently.
you
exact.
we can't see it though.
Wait, no. Then that's okay.
So I'm
All right,
disappointed.
mustache reveal at 50 subscribers.
Sure. A mustache
A
reveal.
mustache
50
reveal.
subs. We hit 50 subs. I'll do a mustache reveal. We gotta get there first.
I'm excited. I'm gonna make like a bunch of alternate accounts now.
See, because I haven't even seen the mustache. Because whenever he Snapchats us, it's always like the side of his face.
Yep. Very true. It's about all anyone gets, to be honest.
All right, I think we're getting a little sidetracked here.
Yes.
Might
yeah.
wanna-
Alright,
55 subscribers, mustache only fans.
No. No. All right. Stop with mustache talk here. Okay. Back to esports.
What?
All that. Okay. So
We're going back to 2012. It's fine.
so Ashton, you had kind of said that it's a little bit different than the pros, and I know both of us kind of keep track. For me specifically on the Siege side of things, and I know you keep track of Siege as well. Is there another game where you watch the pros quite frequently, or?
I'll check in on some orgs. I kind of like to keep track of some orgs I'm interested in.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily like watch a certain game, but like G2 Esports, I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah.
I like their teams are usually pretty good. So I'll check in sometimes on their league team or their CS team.
Okay, gotcha.
And then at the same time, I also watch like different regions of games. Like with Siege, I've been kind of watching the EUL or the European League because I find their strategies and the way they actually play the game is very different from like the other regions, like the North American region.
Yeah,
It's
I feel like they do it a
interesting.
lot better. They do some very unique stuff.
Yes, definitely. I wouldn't say they're better. I would say Siege is actually one of the few games where NA is actually kind of able to keep up, unlike CS and League, where NA is kind of a joke. It's definitely possible for NA teams like TSM and Space Station to really show up and actually like win tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So, what are like? So obviously you had mentioned you're not getting paid. The pros are getting paid. So, besides that, are there really any like key differences? I mean, you guys are obviously playing the same game. Are like the games the way they're structured, tournament style? Is any of that different than what the pros go through?
Generally, no. In some cases, like Siege, I believe the pros have points turned off and a couple other like minor details. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. Just however, like the strategies are usually pretty different, and like obviously amount of playtime. They
Mm-hmm.
can kind of dedicate a lot more to playing the game, whereas we kind of do our best in our off time when we're not like participating in classes and doing homework and working or whatever. So it's
Gotcha.
a little bit of different dedication to it.
Understandable. I mean that is their whole life. That's their job to some degree, you know. So it's definitely got to take up quite a
It's
bit of their time.
Yeah, it's definitely their job, and they have people supporting. They have analysts, they have coaches. Whereas some of our teams, even on, we actually do have some coaches for a couple of our teams. We have like an Overwatch coach and a league coach, but not every game has a coach for Western.
Okay.
We kind of do what we can. So some of us get more like actual constructive criticism and on like how to play and breaking down and analyzing teams and everything. Where like the Valorant team, we don't have a coach because it's a pretty new game, so we try to do our best to figure out what we're doing wrong, but generally just comes down to practicing.
Yeah, and
Do you guys
oh, go ahead.
um, do you guys happen to have a Club Penguin team? Just out of curiosity.
Uh, we do not actually.
Okay.
We don't really.
How
I
about
mean, we could
iMessage
look into
8
maybe
Ball?
making one.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Do you have
I mean, we could definitely maybe try and form one. I know
form an
that's a
iMessage
possibility.
Game Pigeon 8 Ball team?
Hey, we have a COD team at this point. We can have any kind of team.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
Honey Pop team?
Honey Pop 2.
Sure.
Double Date. I actually haven't bought this game yet, so I don't know if it's any good.
Yandere Simulator.
So,
That game's never getting finished.
so at this point, so
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
for legal reasons, really, man.
Yes.
I
I'm trying to make sure you don't get sued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember, that's our
That-
like biggest concern.
Yeah, we don't want to
Yeah.
get sued.
So I guess my question, and I think a lot of people would be asking this, is at what point do you make that jump to join an esports organization, or in your case, join your college's esports team?
Well, obviously, if you enjoy playing the game, that's a big thing. And if you find you're actually pretty decent at it, and like know you could probably take that at least that next step into a playing with a team, like more structured role, not necessarily like going pro, but say you're playing solo and you you could be hitting higher like ranks with a like more structured team and actually planning out and strategizing.
Hmm.
Where with like Siege, I had played Siege over like this pandemic and stuff, and had played with the team to really understand like, oh, I could, if we actually like planned stuff, we could be moving up. And then once I had seen that, I had started moving up the ranks and was hitting platinum a lot easier and even shooting like higher than that. But I think it really just depends on if you're comfortable with spending a significant amount of time like practicing your game, and that's the biggest thing, because even I'll get to a point sometimes where I've put like 10 hours of practice in a week, even 20 sometimes, where like dedicated practice time, and then you don't want to play the game outside of it. But that's the biggest thing, is just trying to make sure you still like the game and want to play it at a higher level.
Gotcha. So definitely you've put in like a lot of hours both into Valorant, and I know you have with Siege,
Yes,
because
I
we've.
put a lot of hours into
I was
Siege.
gonna say we've talked about playing Siege. I think probably for a good 8 hours at this point from the whole time like we've both been playing, and even before I started playing, I remember you were trying to like get me hooked on it because I came over one day and John was there too. I
Yeah.
don't know if you were there,
And
Jaron. Maybe not. But you guys were all like trying
No,
to convince me to
I don't
get
think
the
so.
game.
yep,
But
my Steam hours say I have about 1,300 hours in Siege. So it's a,
dang,
it's a lot of time.
pretty
And
impressive.
So I mean, he's at least like bronze, you
yes,
know.
I have gotten past bronze. Um, actually, the first time I played ranked, I did the 10 placements and hit bronze 4. So you can definitely, and then now I'm consistently hitting plat 3 kind of solo and duo queuing. So it's possible to improve, especially like playing with the Siege team that I kind of um, got called in for just to play a couple games. It's been helpful kind of understanding the higher level strats, and like, oh, there's certain tricks you can do to get past certain things, and like certain
Mhm.
denial, like bandit tricking isn't super popular anymore, and
Yep.
what to do against it and all that kind of stuff is something you can kind of learn with a more experienced team.
So for practice, do you guys just like enter like random like ranked lobbies?
Not often. We'll usually like scrimmage against other like collegiate teams or
Okay.
like similar level teams, because generally a ranked team isn't going to use the same strats or like the same compositions of like players or operators as like a professional team would do it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you're
And
really
I
not
was
gonna get the same experience that you need.
I could just imagine like queuing up as a random solo and you get put up against an esports team, get
Actually, I mean, I'll
smacked.
sometimes play ranked and get like uh collegiate players in my lobbies, but generally you get pretty lucky. The way most games work is if you're 5 stacking, or if you have 5 players in your squad or a similar amount, you'll go up against similar teams. So usually like a 5 stack squad will go with a 5 stack. So it's not like, oh, this solo player got matched against an esports org,
Mhm. Which is nice because
which
otherwise
is very nice
those
because
solos would be screwed.
yeah, the coordination is a very big thing in all of these games, and especially for teams, that's a big thing you practice is coordinating.
Yeah,
So
that's one thing I kind of want to touch on. I think you had made a joke earlier. If there's a Call of Duty esports team at this point, we can have an esports team for pretty much anything. And not to like diss on those who like Call of Duty. I used to spend a lot of time on Black Ops 2. Okay, sometimes still do, but I feel like a lot of the games we've talked about, specifically Siege and Valorant, because I'm very familiar with both of those. I know League of Legends is probably the same way, and there's plenty of other games. But like you were saying, they're all very strategy based. Like I mean, you go in with a game plan. Hey, this person's going to run this character, this operator, this other person's going to do this, and you have a job to perform besides just going out and getting a bunch of kills.
Yes, definitely. That's where a lot of these kind of competitive shooters or your MOBAs, they all have kind of a game plan on what you want to do. Where like COD or other kind of just like the arcade shooters,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of just more, oh, let's go try and like get as many kills as possible.
Yeah.
And generally, you're not even playing the objective because trying to play the objective is just a waste of time.
Yeah.
What do
Exactly.
you mean? I like sitting at B point getting killed over and over again.
I that can be your thing, but generally, it's not what the
I'm,
esports teams want to do, and
I'm gonna
even
be
just
the
like the normal players.
I'm gonna be the first professional objective player, right?
Do it.
So like, I'm just gonna cap zones, not even have a gun.
Just a riot shield and just
Dude.
run
Not even.
around. Not even.
Just give me like a stim or something. Like I don't know.
You'd be
Like
the hero and not
maybe a
even banner.
tomahawk occasionally.
That's pretty smart. I think that you'll see lots of success in an arcade shooter.
Yeah, for real. Try it. Try it. Let's see how it goes. No, but yeah, I think it's something that a lot of people don't realize, and maybe I think part of it would be maybe they don't play those games. Maybe they are mainly a COD player or whatever, and they go in playing another game at the start and you're like, oh my goodness, this is super easy. And like one of the things and one of the big reasons I stopped playing Siege as much is because it's become so focused on what's your KD or how many kills do you get that nobody's fulfilling like their role, and then you can't perform as a team. You go into a match thinking, oh well, I'm gonna top frag, when you should be going into a match thinking, oh, I'm playing thermite, I'm gonna breach this wall, plant, and then hold an angle to ensure that the plant's not diffused, or whatever it may be. I feel like a lot of people get caught up in the whole idea of, oh, I need to go frag out instead of actually playing the strategy side of it.
Definitely, yeah. There's lots of people that struggle with that. They're the rank stars that, oh, I have a 1.5 KD, so therefore, you suck for having a like 0.9 KD, but like a 1.6 win ratio or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
where you play more of a support role. You obviously like should still be getting some kills, but your main objective isn't to get kills, it's to plant the bomb, to rescue the hostage or something like that.
Yep.
So doing that just is detrimental to the team and really kills that kind of teamwork,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunate. And that's why typically if I'm playing ranked or even just like casual and stuff, I try and play it with other people because it's not that enjoyable getting those people in your games.
No, not at all. Not at all. Which I think was my big problem is I solo queued, and that was about it. Anytime I actually
Yes.
played with a team, dude, it was super easy. But
Yeah,
solo
Yeah,
queuing,
you're either kind of clapping the other team or you're just having fun messing around. So either way, it's like a win-win.
mm-hmm.
You're in so,
but that requires friends, so that's the hard part.
which is a
You know,
pretty tough thing. That's why if you try and join an esports team, you're just given a team.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to make friends to join this team. I got put on a team and then
it's
I'm
fate
stuck with them.
mandated friends.
You're stuck with
Pretty
them.
much. It's worked out for me.
No, I think that's something a lot of people, yeah, would. I feel like I would ask that question, like, okay, how, like, am I just gonna get put with a group of people? Do I kind of like get tested, and we all kind of like see who works best together or whatnot? But yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely like tryouts and stuff, and that's why I joined a university where they didn't have enough people in general. So they had to take what
Esports
they could
Tinder.
get,
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
and there's definitely some of that, and you won't always get like great people. Sometimes you'll have still like really toxic people. They're really good, so they are toxic, and it's not like the best case scenario,
Have you
and you
ever
kind of just
had
have to live with them.
anyone Have you ever had anyone throw a game?
Not on purpose. Definitely, like you'll have people that just have like a bad game where they're just not playing right. They're getting really bad timing on things, and that happens. That's happened to me. I think that just happens to everybody. But
Not in Lego
and
Harry's. Lego Harry's Star Wars is what I was about to say. Whoops. It's Star Wars, but every character is Chewbacca.
That sounds like a great game. I would definitely buy that.
I think I would too.
Ashton's a furry, confirmed. So is Connor.
Whoa.
You guys fell right into my trap.
I don't know. You're the one that came up with the idea, and you're trying to pitch it to us. So
True.
Okay, don't try to pin this on me.
Too late. I already got the title picked out.
Okay,
Jaron,
Connor, no.
a dog,
No.
and a furry.
No, guys, then they're gonna come find the fursuit in my closet. It's gonna be bad. Like,
it still sounds
just get your
deserved.
roommate to do that for us.
no, he's got one too.
And
You'll disrupt the wolf pack we have going on and everything. It's a fragile ecosystem, right?
yeah, okay. Okay. I'm kind of wandering away from this topic here.
Yeah,
I've got my tail
idea.
in right now.
Okay. Good to know. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you can be so open with your identity.
For legal reasons, this is also a joke.
All right, so we're gonna kind of wrap it up here. Jared, we'll get to your final thoughts here in a second.
Sure you want to do that?
No, I'm not sure. That's why I said in a second. We'll see if you're well behaved, maybe. But if not, we're gonna cut that part out. No, but Ashton, what are your kind of final thoughts on esports as a whole? You know, is it something that you would recommend to others? Is it something that you enjoy? Because I know you've made a couple of comments where it's like, yeah, I really enjoyed Valorant, and then I went in, and it's kind of like a little bit like it dulls the game, but at the same time, you know, you have your moments where it's like still super fun. It just kind of depends a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely depends. You need to find a game where you are comfortable and you can find yourself enjoying the game, even in that kind of like sweaty try hard mode where you're doing that like 24/7, which isn't always possible. Valorant for me in the past has definitely been struggling to find that like try hard mode all the time. And you have to be comfortable with playing the game for extended amounts of time, like a lot longer than you would probably like, especially if you're like on a really bad losing streak and you're not enjoying the game. You still have to put the time in. So find a game you enjoy, find a game you're still semi-competent at and can definitely improve in. I wouldn't recommend like, oh, I enjoy playing League, but I'm bronze 2 in it.
Okay, but who enjoys playing League?
That's a good question.
I have yet to meet someone, not gonna lie.
Exactly. Like, nobody likes playing League. They play
That's fair.
And they hate it.
Or at least, like, maybe you enjoy playing Siege, but you're Copper 4. If you have hopes of improving, maybe try, like, improving before going to an esports team, because it's highly likely you won't get picked up, since you're not at the level they want you to be at.
Mm-hmm.
So try and improve first, but I think a lot of it really entails on the games you enjoy.
Gotcha. All right.
Have any one of you ever gotten carpal tunnel?
I feel like I'm gonna get like RSI very near in my future. That's not from the games though. That's from other wrist issues.
He's got very, very muscular forearms, if you can tell.
We're just gonna pretend like
that
didn't
face cam.
happen. And yes, well, I can see the face cam. Good thing the people listening to this or watching it on YouTube cannot.
You guys are missing out.
You really are. That's why you got to hit 50 subs, so we hopefully can start moving towards that.
Yeah. We grow in
Put
subs.
some
I'm willing
faces
to
to some
change
names.
some stuff up. Yeah, add to it. All right, Jaron. What are your final thoughts concluding this whole esports idea, professional video game, whatever? Go.
Um, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think that a lot of people will enjoy watching it, and I think it's definitely a lot cooler to watch than like a track meet. I can say that because I ran.
That's good. He has permission to say that, everyone. Yep, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
that
I'm
is very
I'm
fair.
reclaiming it. I'm reclaiming it. But I think that it's cool and it's going to be a nice outlet for a lot of kids in the future. And
Mhm.
I mean, it's definitely
So
gonna.
esports for the Olympics, or what was it you said?
Ooh,
Oh, Olympics.
the
Huh,
There you go.
Olympics. Yeah,
huh.
yeah.
I brought it back for you. You
So,
Yeah,
got it
thank
in.
you.
so from that
So we
alone,
actually talked about that before the podcast, and he just wanted me to say it in here. So
mhm.
shameless. Well, we'll reuse jokes. It's okay.
It's perfectly fine. It's the first time the viewers are hearing this. It's okay.
Yeah, now that you brought attention to those reuse joke, it's kind of ruined it.
Okay,
It's
but that was the point.
Wow, ruining jokes.
All right.
Listen, that's my main occupation here. Okay, I'm changing my name, Joke Ruiner.
Good.
That's fair.
You do that. Okay. Jared, is there anywhere that you want people to reach out, follow you, give you a like, whatever the cause may be?
Well, if you want to follow a fake fraternity on Twitter, look up Sugma Uzma Po.
And if you can't figure out how to spell that, go to the Discord
Mm-hmm.
self promo
It's in
channel.
there.
You can find it there. So, like, call back to join the Discord.
Join that
There's like
Discord.
one thing
Do it
there,
in here,
but
and you'll find. Yeah.
Sugma Uzma Po.
Just that. You're good. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not
Ashton,
gonna tell these people my actual life.
is there anywhere else you would like people to
I
go follow, subscribe, whatever the case may be, besides your YouTube channel and your Twitch? Because those will be linked
It's
below, guys.
pretty much my Twitch. I think that's about it. I don't really use a whole lot else. I guess I technically have a Twitter, but I don't tweet
Okay.
because I'm not good at social media.
I felt that.
Oh, okay, I got one more actually. So if you go to YouTube and look up Mr. Beast, that's me right there.
Oh wow!
Mr.
You
Beast
just
is in here, bro. Whoa, I think I've
Yeah,
known you for
just
a pretty long
just
time, and I've
just make
not
sure to
connected the
subscribe.
dots, dude.
where did you
Okay,
find time to
dude.
spend 50 hours buried alive?
Wow. I'm
Listen,
It's
dude.
probably
I
like
had a
last
lab
Thursday
report.
when you wouldn't
I
respond to me.
needed I needed the freaking privacy, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
I was able to crank that out.
You're stuck doing some homework. Nice.
Did you
Yes.
do it like Soldier Boy and crank that?
Mm.
I tried,
Yeah, that was bad. I'm
but
sorry. I'm not the only. I guess you're not the only joke ruiner here.
change your name.
All right, I'll change my name.
All right. I want to thank both of you guys for coming back on here. Hopefully, we'll have another podcast here with the both of you. One of you, who knows? Maybe some more people come and join. I don't know what it'll be
Should-
about yet. We'll cover that bridge once we get there, though.
Sounds good.
We should do a podcast on podcasts.
Yes. Podcastception.
I mean, we could.
Just review different podcasts.
I don't feel like we have enough to review, nor is it like old enough to review it. But
Tier list on all the previous podcasts.
now we're talking. Now we're talking.
At 100 subs.
Uh, sure, why not? I'll write it down in my notebook here. 100 sub goal and tier list of podcasts.
This is going great.
Why not? Why not? All right, I want to thank
Yeah.
every single one of you who have dropped in, whether it be on Spotify, whether it's on YouTube, whatever the case may be. Thank you for listening. If you are listening to it somewhere that is not on YouTube, feel free to drop onto my YouTube. Link will be in the description down below. I have some great Destiny 2 content, couple streams, couple other
I
videos
mean,
from
it's content.
other games. It is content, yeah.
It's true. It is content.
Can confirm, content confirmed.
Good
whatever you'd like to
content?
call it.
Eh.
Some of
But
it's
it is
good.
content.
Some of it's
It
good.
is extremely good content.
Be
Yeah,
on the
when you
lookout
get-
for Saturday's video. We're going to be talking about the meta in D2 and how you can get around it, if you can
Ooh.
get around it, and what are some tips I have. Because I've been playing a little bit of Crucible, and I plan on playing a lot more this week to get an idea and get a feel for that video, so keep an eye out for that. With that, I have nothing else to say except for get back to